Late today, the House passed a hotly debated bill that provides more than $4.5 billion to ease the crisis at the border, but it does not include guarantees of higher standards of care for detained migrant families. Manuel Bojorquez has more on this.
The situation at the border is a challenge to the conscience of America.
The House of Representatives passed the Senate version of the bill, which would allocate $1.1 billion to improve border facilities and almost $3 billion to care for migrant children, though the White House did pledge to notify lawmakers within 24 hours if a migrant child dies in government custody and limit stays of children at temporary facilities to 90 days. Facilities like this one in Homestead, Florida. It's the nation's largest and only privately run shelter for unaccompanied minors, with approximately 2,500 kids aged 13 to 17. The facility is not subject to state inspections. Lawyers who have been inside filed a motion last month alleging prison-like rules. A 13-year-old Salvadoran told an attorney, "You can't share food, you can't hug or touch anyone." A 16-year-old Guatemalan who had been there 138 days said, "Nobody here has explained to me why I have not been released."
The children were in despair.
Hope Fry was part of the team that went in.
We do not need to detain children this way. Children can be promptly released and handled within the existing shelter system.
But federal officials say shelters are currently holding 13,500 children, and some shelters are beyond 90% capacity. The company the government pays to run Homestead, Caliburn, calls allegations of prison-like conditions inaccurate, adding in a statement, "The physical and emotional well-being of each and every child is the shelter's primary concern." But critics argue the shelter is holding some migrants far longer than necessary, sometimes months. Caliburn says it must ensure minors are released to vetted sponsors, and the vetting process takes time. The company says the average stay here is 35 days. Maurice?
Manuel Bojorquez, thank you very much tonight.